Monster Madness 2020 recap. It was over 15 videos, not even including the update videos. 15 videos. It's been over a month since this actually started, and it's been a long journey, and I think it was a fun thing. It would have been more fun if real March Madness was happening. But, any initial thoughts of the Monster Madness?
I mean, I definitely think it's there's been some surprises, just like a typical March Madness tournament. There was some upsets. There were some major upsets to start the tournament.
Yeah.
There was there was kind of a Cinderella story a little bit. And then obviously you had your powerhouses basically in this year's edition of Monster Madness push their way to the championship game into a matchup that I think I called in the first update video we did. You can quote me on that or fact check me on that one. But let's just give our prediction of who you think's going to win right now out of the field. As of right now, I'm going to say, I know Godzilla hasn't won a game yet because he's still in the first round. But I think Godzilla's going to go on a run here and win this championship of Monster Madness 2020. I'm pretty sure I was thinking it was going to be Ghidorah versus Godzilla in the end, and that's what we ended up getting.
There were 16 monsters total at this beginning of this matchup. There were 9 Monsterverse monsters, 5 Pacific Rim, 1 Toho, and then 1 Legendary. It was the Kraken, so it's kind of other. And then in the second round, there was 5 Monsterverse left, 3 Pacific Rim, still 1 Toho with Shin Godzilla. And obviously there were Monsterverse kaijus fighting each other. And then the third round, there were 2 Monsterverse left, 1 Pacific Rim, 1 Toho. That was the final 4. Then the All Monsterverse Championship, which, as you know, happened. And that was basically how that got broke down. Kind of, what was the biggest... There were some questions we can answer here for the Monster Madness. One was, what was the biggest upset? What was the closest matchup? And then what was the strongest region, in your opinion?
First one?
So the first one was biggest upset.
Biggest upset? I mean, the biggest upset to me had to be... I would say it's probably got to be, for me, Leatherback over Kraken. And if I had to say a second one, I'd probably say... I think another upset was honestly Shin Godzilla beating Mega Kaiju, in my opinion, honestly.
Yeah.
I think Mega Kaiju should have won that match, but obviously he didn't win.
Yeah, I think the biggest upset was easily the Leatherback over Kraken. I called that video when I first made it and said this might be the shortest video I've ever made in my life, but you guys voted the other way, and so it was definitely the biggest upset to me. Then what do you think was the closest matchup?
Closest matchup, I'd probably say... My closest matchup is probably Godzilla versus Shin Godzilla, just because obviously it's 2 Godzillas going head-to-head. And while obviously I know more about the Godzilla and the Monsterverse, it was harder for me to predict that one, but I think that was a pretty close matchup right there, too. I
have to say the closest one, honestly, might have been between Mothra and Kong, I feel like, because I really thought I thought that was going to be closer, because Mothra is the queen of the monsters. And King Kong, we haven't seen too much of him as far as his updated version when he's a lot smaller. And I really thought that was going to be a closer vote, but I thought that was a close one because of how dangerous they both are. And I thought that was the closest matchup as far as what I thought if it actually happened on screen. Just what do you think was the strongest region, in your opinion?
Strongest region, just looking at the bracket right now, I feel like without a doubt had to be upper left region, which I think is the Midwest region. In a March Madness tournament bracket. So it's the upper left bracket for me, just because it had King Ghidorah is the 1 seed, Slattern is the 2 seed, Methuselah is the 3 seed, and then Behemoth is a 4 seed, which in my opinion, Behemoth is a 2 seed in my book. So if you have a 2 seed as a 4 seed, that easily makes that region the toughest in the entire Monster Madness 2020 bracket.
Yeah, I think probably the bottom right bracket is probably the toughest in my opinion because you had Godzilla, all the monsters from Godzilla King of Monsters. You had Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, and Kong. I mean, that's a lot of... Having Godzilla and Kong in the same region is already tough enough. And then I think that's definitely the toughest just because you got the Queen, the King, and the Queen of the Monsters, and then the 2 kaijus fighting for the role of King of the Monsters. Definitely think that was the toughest in my opinion. Last question would be, which Monster Madness should we do next? This is kind of more a question to you guys about which one should we do next, but then would you have any for next year?
Yeah, no, like which monsters do you want to see come back for a second round of this tournament, or which monsters do we leave out that you wanted there? I know a lot of people said Biollante, there's Mechagodzilla, King Ghidorah, there's a Skullcrawler, there's there's Skurbuffalo, maybe the Skurbuffalo wants to get in there in the next round.
We had a lot of ideas for this because, and the other thing is,
Jaegers.
Well, I know that's someone had a Jaeger tournament idea, and someone else. I was thinking maybe do another Monster Madness next year with just all different ones, And I was also thinking, by the time next Monster Madness comes around, I still might do another thing before that. We're going to maybe see 3 to 4, maybe 5 even new kaijus from
Being
Godzilla vs.
introduced.
Kong. So maybe we could have that many new ones, and so that might change a lot. But yeah, I'll probably post a vote to see what you guys, if we should do it all Jaeger, all new kaiju, or what we should do.
I feel like also you should definitely, if you do say all new ones, at least like Godzilla come back to defend his title, because if he was
Yeah.
the reigning champion, he should have a chance to defend his throne and his title he just won the year before.
Yeah, it seemed like I was honestly thinking about like King Ghidorah and Godzilla though were just like dominating so much that I was thinking maybe they should be put in a different
maybe.
division.
But I mean, I feel like you could also do a demon
Yeah.
or demon madness tournament with like all the demons from The Conjuring, Insidious, all the horror movies. I feel like there's enough things there to do at least a pretty small bracket. Maybe not a 16-team tournament, but at least maybe a 12-team tournament, I would think.
Yeah.
I could probably think of 8 things in the Conjuring universe alone. So
Yeah, I was thinking maybe with before some we don't make them wait that long. Maybe do a
for
playoff,
like Halloween.
like NFL playoff
Or
or something.
a Halloween tournament with like all horror characters like
That's
Michael,
true.
Jason, the Nun.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be kind of hard to do. You could argue for it's all fake stuff. So
Yeah, I'll definitely post a poll to see what we should do next for next year, or whether I'm going to do a playoff type thing maybe later in the year.
Football.
Yeah, then we're going to be doing a Q&A, so I'll make a post in a few days probably about questions you can ask us, and we will be doing that Q&A plus shout-out video, like I said way long ago, next week, and so that'll be coming up soon. And yeah, that's basically it. And then you can ask questions about what tournaments you want next year or what we should do with that. But until then,
yeah, so that's our thoughts on the Monster Madness. That concludes the Monster Madness 2020 tournament. Godzilla is the champion, and I think that was my prediction. I don't know who you predicted in the beginning, but
I think I said Mega Kai. Or I think I said King Ghidorah.
But it came down to our 2 predictions, and Godzilla came out on top. It was a bloodbath. You knew who came out on top. And thanks for watching this video, and we will see you guys in the next video. See you guys.